29th of April, 1961. Founders of WWF are Julian Huxley, Peter Scott, and Max Nicholson. The agreement which resulted in establishment of WWF got famous as Morge's Manifesto. WWF was named as World Wildlife Fund and it was changed into Worldwide Fund for Nature in 1983. Public meeting at Royal Society of Arts, London. On 26th of April, 1961. Speaker Julian Huxley. From left to right Peter Scott, Lord Hercombe, and Professor J.B. Bear's picture. Copyright WWF WWF Pakistan. WWF Pakistan was established as a result of efforts of Syed Babar Ali, Tom Roberts, and Christopher Savage in 1970. Copyright WWF Kant. Head office of WWF Pakistan is located in Lahore. 5 regional offices are in the cities of Islamabad, Karachi, Peshawar, Gilgit, and Quetta. Bilo Amir Sufi is the president of WWF Pakistan. Selected areas of WWF Pakistan * wildlife * forest food and climate * water marine water energy wildlife Indus River dolphin, Platonistic Agentica minor, endemic species of Pakistan. It is distributed in Indus River and its tributaries between Jinnah and Kotari Barrage. It is important indicator of health of environment. During past few years number of individuals of this species has decreased dramatically. Threats overfishing, depletes the stock of fish and resultantly decline in population occurs. Water pollution, any kind of waste, agricultural, industrial, and plastic, makes the survival of animal difficult. Trapping of dolphin in Indus River connected channels, during low flow season water level falls and survival of Indus dolphin becomes difficult. Poverty, most of underprivileged rely on fishing for their livelihood which leads to overfishing. Conservation efforts establishment of Dolphin Monitoring Network. Members of Dolphin Monitoring Network include Sindh Wildlife Department, Sindh Forest Department, Sindh Fisheries Department, Sindh Irrigation Department and Sindh Environmental Protection Agency. Purpose of this network is recovery of dolphins trapped in Indus River channels. Kant, establishment of Indus River Dolphin Conservation Center, IRTC. Farmer schools for sustainable agricultural practices. Vocational training center to raise socio-economic status. Dolphin ecotourism. Raising awareness at all levels. Common leopard, Panthera pardus, also known as cheetah. The status of common leopard is critically endangered, WWF Pakistan 2017. It is found in the areas of Azad Jammu and Kashmir, AJK, Ayubia, Murray, and Marg Allah Hills. 4 subspecies are reported in Pakistan but the exact number of each subspecies is not yet established. Distribution map of common leopard. Anthropogenic threats to leopard habitat destruction and fragmentation. Reduced number of leopards. Prey. Retaliatory killing of leopard. Poaching. Predation by common leopard is also resulting in death of humans. Killing of domesticated animals. Conservation measures. Common leopard conservation project of WWF aims to reduce conflict between human and leopard by installing signboards. Livestock management. Collaring of leopard to understand their habitat and biology. Raising awareness. Distribution map of Unchia. Unchia snow leopard, Unchia unchia. It spends summer at an altitude of 27006000 m and in winters it comes down at height of 2000 m. Global population of snow leopards is 3,920 to 6,390, SLT USA 2017. In Pakistan their estimated population is 200,420, SLT USA 2017. Conservation measures. Introduction of livestock insurance schemes. Vaccination of livestock. Afforestation. Introduction of better pedigrees of livestock. Awareness regarding management of pastures and importance of leopard. Alternative means to feed livestock are also being introduced, e.g. fodder cultivation. White-backed vulture, Gyps bengalensis, marked as critically endangered by IUCN. This bird is now limited to areas of Thar Parker and Nagar Parker in Sindh. The rapid decline in its population has been caused by use of diclofenac sodium, a nonsteroidal anti-inflammatory drug, NSAID, in livestock. Conservation Measures GIPS Vulture Restoration Program, GVRP, ban on veterinary use of diclofenac sodium. Establishment of Vulture Conservation Center Vulture Safe Zone Project, VSZP, raising awareness through community-based organizations, CBO. Surveys to keep an eye on population of GIPS bengalensis. Lobbying for meloxicam. Vulture Conservation Center Changamanga Freshwater turtle holds very important position in aquatic food chain, but its presence is under serious threat due to habitat fragmentation, water pollution, illegal trade. 8 species reported to be present in Indus River are Chitra indica, Pangshura tecta, Pangshura smithihart, Elithergy, Nilsonia gagentica, Nilsonia herm, Lysames punctata, Andersonia I, Geoclemis hamiltonii. I conservation efforts inclusion of these animals in Schedule 3. Helping governmental authorities by reporting illegal trade practices wherever found. Awareness raising sessions. WWF and Forest improving sub-watershed management and environmental awareness around Ayubia National Park, G200E Korjun, Phase 8, 1997 present, raising awareness about environmental friendly activities e.g. solar heaters. Afforestation, sustainable use of water. WWF and Water International Labor and Environmental Standards applications in Pakistan SMEs, 2016 to 2022. Legislation and law enforcement in order to bound industries to use smart environmental practices, less chemical and sustainable water use. Installation of freshwater plants in Lahore. International Union for Conservation of Nature outline history themes, protected areas, green list, capacity development, species, save our species, SOS, IUCN Red Data Book. World Conservation Congress introduction established was on 5 October, 1948 as International Union for Protection of Nature, IUPN. It was renamed as IUCN in 1956. Initially worked to analyze human impact on environment and later on started working as conservation organization. IUCN's work regarding conventions: Ramsar Convention on Wetlands, 1971. The World Heritage Convention, 1972. The Convention on International Trade in Endangered Species, CITES, 1974. The Convention of Biological Diversity, CBD, 1993. Selected themes of IUCN: climate change, protected areas, water, species, biodiversity, marine and polar forest protected areas, green list. Areas with international conservation standard are enlisted in this list. Currently contains 25 areas. IUCN aims to reach 100 areas till 2020. No protected area from Pakistan is included in this list. Capacity development, raising awareness through training and reading material to get fruitful results of conservational measures. IUCN Red Data Book, first published in 1964. Considered an authority regarding statuses of different species. Excellent tool to assess disruption caused by humans. Source to assess effects of conservational efforts. Categories of Red Data Book. Copyright IUCN Save Our Species, SOS, for threatened species, SOS. In birds, of total 11,000 bird species, 13% are threatened with extinction status. Of over 190 birds is critically endangered, IUCN Switzerland 2017. Major threats: agricultural expansion, overexploitation, logging, climate change. SOS, why mammals part of gene pool. Source of food. Important part of food chain. According to IUCN, 25% of mammal species, 5,500, are at the risk of extinction, IUCN Switzerland 2017. 156 species are moving readily towards extinction, IUCN Switzerland 2017. Conservation Measures Specialist Group / Task Forces, Conservation of Special Species. Restoration of Species into Habitat. IUCN Species Survival Commission, SSC, working for world in which biodiversity is valued / conserved. World Conservation Congress, IUCN, 1st held in 1948. Latest held in 2016 in Hawaii. Action plan for upcoming years is agreed upon during this Congress. IUCN projects in Pakistan outline introduction areas of work invasive species case studies climate change effect of wind farms on biodiversity migratory birds convention on migratory birds important bird and biodiversity areas introduction BirdLife International is notably first international conservation organization. Founded on 20th of June, 1922 as a International Council for Bird Preservation, ICBP. 1993 ICBP was renamed as BirdLife International. ICBP developed first red list of bird for IUCN. Selected areas of work alien/invasive species BirdLife has been working for eradication of alien species because they are threat to endemic population. Half of endemic bird decline is due to these species. Halt process of conservation. 30 islands have been cleared and 4 species have been saved by efforts of BirdLife against alien species. Case study mice and native bird at Gough Mus musculus is alien species at Gough Island in the south of Atlantic, and due to mice predation 60% of fledgling birds die. Decline rate of petrel population 1.7 to 3.6% annually and over last 46 years 28% decline in Tristan albatross population has been reported. A hungry mouse on Gough Island attacks a seabird chick. Ben Dilley, Percy Fitzpatrick Institute, University of Cape Town. Climate change BirdLife is working against climate change because a 2-degree rise in temperature annually has been reported which poses severe threats to biodiversity and ecosystem. Policy making to reduce impact on ecosystem conservation of forest creating awareness wind farm and power line effects on biodiversity migratory bird species are 2040% decline in the population of migratory birds has been recorded with 200 birds enlisted as globally threatened. Migratory birds are more vulnerable because of overpopulation of human illegal hunting destruction of strop oversights collision with infrastructure Convention on Migratory Birds, CMB, established in 1983 119 Contracting Parties Agreement on Conservation of Albatross and Petrel, ACAP, came into existence in 2004 13 partner countries with 31 species being monitored important bird and biodiversity areas, EBAs. Biodiversity hotspots have been identified and efforts to keep them intact are underway. During last 30 years 12,000 terrestrial EBAs have been marked out of which status of 422 is under danger. 5 EBAs are reported to be present in Pakistan and all of them are also marked as safe. Categories of EBA A1, presence of globally threatened species, vulnerable, endangered and critically endangered. A2, presence of restricted range species, global distribution of less than 50,000 square km, A3, presence of biome restricted species A4, the site hold congregations of greater than or equal to 1% of the global population of one or more species on a regular or predictable basis. In Pakistan 3-4 EBAs of A1 category e.g. Hingal National Park and Nara Desert Wildlife Sanctuary 1-6 EBAs of A2 category e.g. Mok-i-Ara National Park and Naltar Wildlife Sanctuary 2-4 EBAs of A3 category e.g. Naltar Wildlife Sanctuary and Kunj-e-Rab National Park 3-0 EBAs of A4 category e.g. Chashma Baraj Wildlife Sanctuary and Akali Wetland Complex. WAP is only organization to have consultative status at United Nations, UN. Outline history work of WAP and bear baiting in Pakistan BRC History 1950 World Federation for Protection of Animals, WFPA, 1959 International Society for Prevention of Cruelty to Animals, IPSA, 1981 WFPA plus IPSA equals World Society for Protection of Animals, WSPA, 2014 renamed from WSPA to WAP Mission to Protect Animals from any natural or man-made threat. Work of WAP due to campaigns against bullfighting 50 cities in France stopped organizing bullfighting events. Periodic monitoring of animal farms is done to check conditions under which animals are kept. WAP in Pakistan is working in collaboration with Bioresource Centre, BRC, to end bear baiting. History bear baiting was introduced by British colonizers and local landlords followed this act to gain acceptance and support by British government legislation Sindh Wildlife Protection Ordinance, 1972, Northwest Frontier Province Conservation and Management Act, 1975, Bear Baiting Punjab Wildlife Protection, Preservation, Conservation and Management Act, 1974. BRC is working at 3 levels to stop bear baiting to convince and raise awareness among landlords. Help is being taken from religious clerics to spread Islamic teachings against animal persecution. Local people are involved to report if such events are being organized. Bakassar Bear Sanctuary has been established by WAP to accommodate confiscated bears. Several bears are being confiscated. As the owner of bears are usually less privileged, so financial assistance is also provided to help them generate money through other sources. Nose ring of bear removed by BRC team, SLT. Outline history work of SLT conservation measures work in Pakistan. History founded by Helen Freeman, also known as Jane Goodall, of leopards in 1981. Helen worked there as a volunteer in 1970. At Woodland Park she took care of 2 leopard cubs, and her association with these animals resulted in establishment of SLT. Distribution map of Unchia footprint show countries of SLT work. Key points regarding snow leopard behavior: solo traveler and crepuscular. Territorial with wide home range, i.e. up to 1,000 km. Mating season is from January to mid-March and uniparental care system, maternal. Mostly live in cold and dry habitat, non-aggressive and carnivorous species. Sexual maturity at the age of 2 to 3 years, females, and at 4 years of age in males. Specific pattern of coat. Conservation measures. Snow leopard enterprises provide trainings to produce goods from available resources in order to produce alternative source of income. Livestock insurance, village-level livestock insurance schemes. Funding provided by SLT, and such schemes are helpful for herders whose animals fell victim to predation. Women at training center in Mongolia. Livestock vaccination to protect animals from disease. This has reduced animal mortality rate up to 50%. More than 175,000 vaccines were administered in 2015. In Pakistan, mortality due to disease is 5 times more than the predation. Such activities are very considerable in changing attitudes of villagers towards snow leopard. Predation prevention, construction of predator-safe enclosures to save animals. Prevention of poaching, trainings and equipment is provided to protected areas teams to combat poaching. Rewards are also given to people successful in this regard. Research cameras, installation of such cameras help in understanding behavior and biology of leopard. Awareness at school level. Eco camps, nature clubs. Herders are also guided, financial aid is provided, and through several activities which in the long run help in conservation. In Pakistan, number of snow leopard is reported to be 200 to 420 individuals, SLT USA 2017. Following conservation efforts are being done in Pakistan: Snow leopard enterprises, livestock vaccination, conservation education program, research cameras, livestock insurance, camera installation in Pakistan. Introduction: a non-profit organization that works on wildlife research and conservation. Established in 1895, formerly called New York Zoological Society. Its name changed in 1993 as Wildlife Conservation Society, WCS. In Pakistan, it works for the conservation of the species of Gilgit Baltistan like snow leopard, markhor, musk deer, stone marten, blue sheep, snow leopard, Panthera unchia, vulnerable markhor, Capra falconeri, endangered musk deer, Moschus leucogaster, endangered Himalayan blue sheep, Pseudoas nayur, endangered, threats to markhor, predation primarily by humans and secondarily by jackals, snow leopards, brown bears. Poaching causing fragmentation of the population, thus increasing the risk of extinction. Trophy hunting: markhor is also threatened due to trophy hunting as it has incredibly rare spiral horns, thus becoming a concern internationally. In Gilgit-Baltistan, markhor population decreased to about half in a period of 30 years from 1970 to 2000. Populations that survived were of smaller size, shattered, threatened and rapidly decreasing. Conservation measures by WCS. WCS program directed in Gilgit by Mayor Khan from WCS Pakistan Program Office, who is a local inhabitant of Diamur district. It includes building new governance institutions on the basis of management of natural resources and maintainable development. building many community conservancies and linking them with the provincial government. WCS has also trained the government staff and over 100 community rangers for the protection of forests and wildlife. For marker monitoring and protection, the community-managed conservancies connect organizations of different villages or valleys. WCS conservancies agreements are developed by WCS, signed between WCS Resource Organization in each valley, Wildlife Department of Gilgit-Baltistan and conservation committees at district level to develop conservancies. Each conservancy is supported by WCS to form collaborative management plans for monitoring and protecting markhor. This program has been successful, reaching up to 65 communities, having in effect over 400,000 villagers across 10,000 square kilometers area, covering approximately 80% of markhor population in Gilgit-Baltistan. It caused 70% increase in markhor population that was endangered and rapidly decreasing. In 2017, Save Our Species project by WCS announced a rebound in markhor population. Community surveys by WCS have shown an increase in markhor populations in Karga region in Gilgit-Baltistan, North Pakistan, from estimated 40 to 50 individuals in 1991 to about 300 this year. Total markhor population is 1,500 animals as compared with less than 1,000 in 1999. Threats to snow leopard, poaching, particularly for skin and for use in medicine, non-available natural prey species, habitat degradation, lack of awareness in native communities and government. In 2016, its population was globally estimated to be 4,500 to 8,745 adult individuals. Roughly calculated that in the next 23 years, its population will decrease by about 10%. Conservation measures by WCS. WCS planned a multi-year program in Pakistan. Program started officially in 1997, including surveys on wildlife, education of communities, building institutions for management of resources, establishment of 65 resource committees and 22 protected areas managed by community that cover over 10,000 square kilometers and involve about 200,000 villagers. Over 100 community rangers monitoring the snow leopards and other wildlife and stopping poaching. As a result, poaching has decreased significantly and the populations of markhor have seen an increase in the past 10 years by over 50%, which is a great sign for snow leopards. Conclusion: conservation and management of nature is required because small black square, nature can survive without us, but we can't. Small black square, we have only one planet Earth. Small black square, we don't inherit this world from our ancestors, instead we borrow it from our children. With increasing disruption to natural environment, conservation efforts also require a major boost in order to maintain ecosystem.